Hello, thank you for joining this webinar about steps to overcome negativity. Now, there are many steps, obviously, but I have narrowed it down to 7 for us to talk about this. Negativity is something which is so dear to my heart because all day long, literally, in my work, I work with doctors nationwide who go through many struggles and difficulties, challenges of things that they need, things that they do, and the things that they have to encounter in order to make a successful living. And it's not so simple. Life at times may seem challenging and even perhaps exceedingly difficult depending on our current situation. We can't judge anybody. You are who you are and I am who I am. And it's not so simple for me or you to say to one another, well, you have it easier than I do. Nobody knows that. However, when we look at our life, about our physical eyes, using what we see, we only perceive physical aspects in all we see. And we wonder, what's happening within the world? Many people ask that question. It seems like it's all deteriorating. We think that the world is a jungle and it's dominated by selfish beasts. Unfortunately, these thoughts lead to dejection and despair. Why do people often spend more time complaining about what is wrong in their lives rather than appreciating what is going right? Ask yourself the question. Why are newspapers so full of bad news? Of course they want to sell papers, but why is it always bad news? That's all there is? Why do we often feel that it is our negative experiences that define us rather than our positive ones? And why do people remember more negative experiences than they do pleasurable ones? It's a good question for people who really care. Let me offer some answers which may shed some light on the subject. Now, this is something which is real, and you can Google it, you can look at it yourself, but this is something which is factual. Scientists, it says, have coined the term negativity bias. And this is on how human consciousness relates to the world. Basically, experiences of negative nature in our lives, they say, have a greater effect. This is a fact now, on our psychological term, on our state, on the way that we are, than positivity. Neuroscientists also say that our brains develop specialized circuits that register experiences immediately, so we can learn from them, and that's why they're there. On the other hand, most positive experiences flow through the brain like water through a sieve. We experience them, enjoy them, and quickly forget them. Quite amazing. So the negative ones make an impact and they stay there. The good ones, the positive ones, just gone. So what is our option? You can live a life of misery, hardship, and despair, or contentment, pleasure, and encouragement. That's up to you. So let me share with you 7 steps which I believe can help you take control and overcome negativity. These I've learned over the years as a husband, a parent, a grandparent, and a coach. I am a consultant and a coach to thousands of doctors throughout the nation. People who count on me to help them continuously live a better life. So first, let's talk about the concept of what to do. First, you must believe and you must know that the world is actually not a jungle. It's actually a luxurious garden, and it yields precious fruits that provide color, aroma, flavor, beauty, and pleasure. It's our responsibility to constantly search for the good. Now that good is there. We may not see it at first, but it is there. Your responsibility as a responsible person, as a human being in this world, and which is inherent in all creations, is to find it, The mission in life is not to go through the day and wonder what happened, but rather to learn from the day and see and grow from those experiences. Here's number 2 on my list. You must learn to cultivate an attitude, but a good attitude. An attitude in a way to liberate you rather than limiting your potential for success and happiness. Learn how to enjoy the 4 major seasons of life. Think about it. There are 4 seasons in life. Let me give you some information about this. Let's talk about the 4 seasons the way they are and try to relate this to your own life so you can understand what I'm speaking about. The winters. You need to learn how to handle the winters. By the way, they come regularly, right after autumn. Always, guaranteed. Some are long and some are short. Some are difficult, some are easy. But they always come after the autumn. That's never going to change. And there are all kinds of winters. The winters when you can't quite figure out things the way they happen. The winters when everything seems to be going haywire and you have no clue of what's going on. The big question is, what do you do about the winters? You can't just get rid of it by taking the paper on the calendar of the month of January and just simply tearing it off the calendar. It's not going to help you. But here's what you can do. You can get stronger. You can get wiser. And you can get better. Make a note of that trio of words. Stronger, wiser, better. The winters won't change, but you can. Here's a second major lesson about life in the seasons of life. Learn how to take advantage of the spring. Spring is when opportunity comes. Spring is always after the winter. What a great place for the spring right after the winter. Think about it for a second. If you were going to put it somewhere, that would be the place to put it, wouldn't it? God is a genius. Days follow nights. Opportunity follows difficulty. Expansion follows recession. And all this happens with regularity. You can count on it. The third is the summer. I love the summer. Time to enjoy and relax while still protecting yourself and your family from the heat that could damage your life, but you have to pay attention. And the fourth, of course, is the major lesson in life is how to learn to reap in the fall without complaining. Take full responsibility for what happens to you. One of the highest forms of human maturity is accepting full responsibility for what you do. And these really are the 4 major seasons of attitude that you must learn to cultivate. Now, going back to our list that we were speaking about is about negativity. On our steps to overcome negativity is not to fixate on what is lacking in your life, but rather on what you do have. Recognize the wealth and the happiness in the blessing you have. I can promise you that your life will be so much simpler if you don't complicate it. You can live an easy life and then complicated one. Life is simple. It's just people complicate it. Here's number 4 on my list. And that is that no matter what else is going on in your life, if you are alive, and you're watching this video hopefully, you have something to be grateful for. You just need to take the time and take it to recognize and appreciate it. It will make a big difference. Slow down. Our life today is full of things that make it speedier, faster. Nothing can stop it. But you can, and you should. Number 5 on our list is don't take your life for granted. Life is precious. In the morning when you first get up, thank the Creator for everything He's given you. Many people go to sleep at night, and when they wake up in the morning, they expect their shoes to be by their bed when they left them the night before. Yet, they get dressed and they complain about the weather. It is too cold or it's too hot. Instead, you should be grateful that you're still alive and that your possessions are still with you. What a new day that it's going to be. And this new day that is beginning, where you have an opportunity to make a difference, an opportunity to change things, to enhance them. That's what life is all about. And you can make that change. Realize where you're at. This is the way you should begin your day. It's an opportunity to do many good deeds. Number 6 on our list is to be sure to think positive at all times, not just some of the time. The truth is that the shape of our thoughts directly impacts the color of our emotions. You've got to know that. You've got to believe this. The tone of our speech and even the efficacy of our actions is controlled by that. Certain thoughts will lead us into a dark and destructive pathway, while others will inspire us in pursuit of a higher purpose. You have to ask yourself. So here's the last one on my list. The 7th step, the good one. Dwelling on the positive is an investment in your future. The words and feelings of gratitude that we express to the Creator of the world for the blessing that we already have in our lives actually become the vessels for new blessings and abundance and flow in our life. It's what brings us more. By being grateful for what you've got, you'll get more. Now, I'm not asking you to become a believer. I am, but I'm not asking you to do that. But I am asking you to go in a positive way. I'm asking you to think about your life and see how you're living today. And is this the right thing to do? Make it a better life. Because, in conclusion, if you want things to change, you have to change. So make the change in your life. If you need to, replay this video as many times as you wish. You can internalize these concepts, and I promise you that if you carefully follow these concepts, your life will change for the better. And you and the world around you will be better than it is now. It's something which I know, something that I've lived for many years. I was in practice for about 10 years before I became a consultant. Today, after over 26 years of consulting since 1994, I have gone through all kinds of issues, troubles, problems, and I've grown. I've learned. I'm a consultant today to over 1,200 centers in 45 states, and I'm proud to say that the doctors who are with us in our group have grown also. They've become better, stronger, wiser, richer, both in a spiritual way, economical way, and a practical way. You could do that too. You could choose to determine your life and be the architect of your own destiny if you want to. And that's what I wish for you. As always, I wish you all the best for you and your family, and look forward to hearing good news above and beyond. So let's make it happen. God bless you in all you do. Thank you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell to get my latest update.